Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Katie, and today I am filming my Pan That Palette 2020 update, and I have some very exciting news. So make sure you watch to the end of the video, and let's just get into it. Okay, so I had hit pan previously on 3 shades. The shades were Almond Truffle, Satin Sheets, and Molasses Chip. And as a refresher, I am working on my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette this year. So I was really only focusing on 5 other shades, and I did put down goal uses, so I will go over that with you. The first shade I was working on is Sprinkles, and I had a goal to use that 12 times, and I used it 8 times. And it is, or I used it 18 times, sorry. And it is this shade right here. It has a really pretty good dip going, so I'm excited about that, but it is definitely going to take a while for me to hit pan. I mostly use it as an inner corner shade. That's what I have on my inner corners today. And I have used it as a lid shade a couple of times. So I am going to keep on working on that one. The next shade I had that I was focusing on was Malted, and I had a goal to use that one 12 times, and I used this one 17 times. But I've been using it almost exclusively in my brows, a couple times maybe as an outer corner shade. But this is what that shade looks like. But there really is no visible progress on that. But I did enjoy using it in my brows. The next shade I had in this that I was focusing on was Cafe au Lait. And I had a goal to use it 8 times, and I did. And I also hit pan, which is so exciting. It's this really pretty silver color. I love this shade. It's probably one of my favorite shades in the palette, and I did hit a really decent sized pan. If I kept using it, I could probably expand the pan pretty easily because there's just a lot of product gone on this one. But because I did hit pan, I'm probably not going to be focusing on that one anymore, but I'm really excited I finally hit pan on that one. I used it probably exclusively as a lid shade. And then the next shade I had in was Mocha, and I had a goal to use it 10 times, and I used it 12 times, and I hit pan on this shade actually after only 6 times. So Mocha is this really pretty cool toned brown shade. And there's the pan on that one. Pretty small, but it's really, really hard to hit pan on the mattes in this palette. They're so hardly pressed. So I'm really excited that I hit pan on that one. The next shade next and last shade I was focusing on is Divinity, which is a white cream shade. And I wanted to use it 15 times, and I used it 24 times, so that is awesome. But it still looks like it's not even close to hitting pan. You can't really even see the dip on camera, but there is a good dip. And I still want to hit pan on it, so I'm going to keep using this one. And because I hit pan on most of the shades I was really interested in hitting pan on, which would be Almond Truffle, Satin Sheets, Molasses Chip, Cafe au Lait, and Mocha. I'm really only going to be focusing on the last 2 shades I really want to hit pan on, so Sprinkles and Divinity. And then because I'm only focusing on 2 more shades, I wanted to roll in a second palette to play with for the rest of the year to try to hit pan on some shades. And the palette that I am going to roll in is my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I don't know why. I have like a thing where I want to pan like or at least get some pan in all of these Too Faced tin packaging palettes. There's some of the older palettes in my collection, and I just really enjoy the quality on it, and it's definitely a challenge to pan because Too Faced shadows are some of the hardest to pan, I think, but I'm up for the challenge. So the shades that I am rolling in, I'm gonna be focusing on 6 shades from this palette to start. And the first shade I have that I want to focus on is White Peach. It's kind of a satiny white color. I have it as my brow bone highlight today, and I really like it for that. So my goal for uses on this one is 10. And then the next shade I want to roll in is Luscious, which is this shade right here. And again, none of these have hardly any visible use on them, but that's Luscious, and I want to use that 7 times before the next update. The next shade I want to focus on is Cobbler. It's a really pretty bronze. I want to use that 5 times before the next update. The next shade I want to focus on is Georgia. It's this really light peachy pink, and I want to use that one 5 times before the next update. The next shade I want to focus on is Bellini. It's this really pretty pinky gold shade. I think it's perfect for spring and summer, or really any time of the year. And I want to use that one 7 times before the next update. And then the last shade I want to focus on is Puree, and I want to use that 8 times before the next update. And it's this pretty brown shade. It looks, I don't know, I thought it was more warm than it really is. So it really leans kind of neutral. So it would be a really pretty neutral transition shade. So this is what the palette looks like at my intro. And I am super excited to try to start panning those shades. I also want to try to use all the other shades at least once. And I am going to keep track of tallies for this whole palette again. For my Too Faced Bonbons, I'm only keeping track of the 2 shades I'm now focusing on. And I did forget to mention that I want to use Sprinkles, the pink shade, 10 times before my next update. And Divinity, I want to use 20 times before my next update. So that's kind of what my Pan That Palette 2020 this year is looking like. And yeah, I'm really excited to be playing with a new palette and hitting some more pans. So that is all I have for my update. And if you guys like these types of videos, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.